Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Smash JT. It's been a couple weeks since I did a video game news update, and there's been a lot of things that have transpired in the video game world.
What'd you do?
But before I get to that, I want to say thank you guys so much. I recently surpassed 500 subscribers, which in the grand scheme of YouTube really isn't that many, but it's a lot for me and it really means a lot. So thank you guys so much for subscribing. Starting off the news this week, we have rumor of the Super Nintendo Classic Edition. There's a Super Nintendo Mini, if you will, coming in from Eurogamer, who's a really reliable source when it comes to rumors, especially regarding Nintendo. Eurogamer has hinted that Nintendo is actually working on these right now and producing them for Christmas of this year. And while Nintendo hasn't necessarily confirmed or denied this, during the investor relations call, someone asked Nintendo about this rumor, and they said, "We have nothing to announce at this point," which pretty much is saying we're gonna do it, but we haven't officially announced it yet. And speaking of the holiday season, Activision recently announced Call of Duty World War II and released a trailer for the upcoming game, releasing on November 3rd of this year. It'll be available for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and a beta will be available for pre-orders starting with the PlayStation 4. I found it really interesting because the trailer for this game focuses heavily on the single-player campaign, and the majority of people play Call of Duty for the multiplayer aspect, so just an interesting shift of direction from the marketing departments with this game, and I'm really intrigued to see how it plays out.
We are all that separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We must not fail.
The first pack of DLC for Breath of the Wild has been detailed and outlined by Nintendo as far as what exactly is going to be included with it. I'm really excited about this personally because if you watch my ranting review titled Everything Wrong with Breath of the Wild, I detail how much I can't stand how easy this game is. And with this first pack of DLC, it's going to come with a hard mode, so I'm really excited as far as what dimension that's going to add to this game, among everything else that's coming with this. In the hard mode, enemies gradually will regain their health, and enemies are also powered up by one level. For example, the red bokoblins in normal mode are now blue bokoblins, and enemies also have a higher maximum level than they would in normal mode. The hard mode will also add enemies and treasure chests floating in the sky, so that should be interesting to see how that plays out. Other notable parts of this DLC include the Trial of the Sword, which is basically facing wave after wave of enemies progressing through rooms, about 45 in total, and upon completion powering up the Master Sword. Other parts of the DLC include Hero's Path Mode, which is a new map feature allowing you to see where you've walked throughout Hyrule over the last 200 hours of gameplay. A travel medallion that will allow you to fast travel to a spawn point wherever you set it to. And a whole bunch of new armor. Most importantly is probably going to be the Korok mask. While wearing this mask, it shakes whenever Link is near a hidden Korok location, and since there are 900 Koroks in Hyrule, chances are you're having trouble finding a few of them. And in staying with the Zelda news, we talked about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the NES on the last episode of the news. Well, there's been an update from Kotaku, and Winter Drake was quoted as saying that Nintendo's lawyers have officially presented him with a takedown notice of the game. So right now Winter Drake's going through the whole game, put the project on halt, and removed all aspects relating to The Legend of Zelda. And after he's done with that, he's going to continue making the game in his own liking. After he completes removing all references to the source material, then Winter Drake can continue making this game without any more snags. Man, that song just floods memories back in. For any of you guys that are as old as me and remember the original Night Trap releasing in 1992, it's getting a re-release. A game that's more memorable for being released around the same time as the original Mortal Kombat and leading to the eventual creation of the ESRB in America than actually being a really good game, but still, it's a fun game to play, and if you've never tried Night Trap, now's your shot. It's being released with way better quality video, and it's going to be called Night Trap Remastered, coming out in spring of 2017 for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. And the PlayStation 4 is going to actually have a physical version being produced by Limited Run Games. So if you're interested in the physical version, definitely pick it up before they're gone. And in this week's edition of Nintendo Being Nintendo segment...
Oh, fudge. That's broken. Fiddle-dee-dee. That will require a tetanus shot.
They're releasing another handheld system. The new 2DS XL. Yes, that's right. Instead of producing more NES classics that everyone wants, they stopped production on those and instead are now creating the 2DS XL, a system that doesn't really provide anything additional, in fact removes features from something that already exists, and costs about the same amount of money. I literally have no idea why someone would buy one of these. I guess if you have kids and you don't want to expose them to the 3D features, but I have kids and I like the flat screen one because I don't care if they break that one. It's like 80 bucks. This one's $150. Who the hell would buy this? But in all seriousness, I'm sure there are some of you guys out there that are excited about it. I just feel like the resources could have been better spent on making more Switch consoles or making more NES Classic Editions, but that's just me. And finally, in a bit of random news from the internet, the Ben Hex Show got the Nintendo PlayStation to work, which is crazy.
It's alive. It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
And even though there were never any games developed for it, you can watch his video on it to see the actual boot up logo and all these things that he does with it. It's a super cool trip through history, and really wild how this never actually came to light. So that's all I got for news this week, guys. If you haven't already, definitely check out the official Smash J t-shirt. I'll put the link in the description. It's $20 shipped. I just want to use these last couple minutes to recognize, being my 500 subscriber episode, there's a few people that have really made a huge impact on this channel, and I just want to say thank you so much. First off, I want to recognize the Grumpy Munchkins comedy and gaming channel. Without these guys, I would not be what I am right now. You have no idea how big of an impact and influence you have had on my channel and how I run my episodes. And for that, Grumps, I thank you. Next up, I want to say thank you to Bill Benton. Bill, you have been a huge impact on how I'm running my episodes, and the words you said about me on your Shoutout episode to me meant so much, so thank you for that. If you guys haven't watched Bill or you don't know about him, he does game pickups, he talks about the games, he informs you on stuff you might not even know about with him. He's very knowledgeable, and it's a lot of fun to watch his episodes. And just like the Grumpy Munchkins, definitely check him out and subscribe. I also want to recognize CM Retro Gaming. Chris, if you're watching this, thank you so much for what you do, man. I love your pickup videos. I love your insight and talking about the games that you get. It's so much fun watching your episodes, and I really appreciate everything you do. And I really can't talk about CM Retro without talking about Rebel Gaming Club, Rebel Gaming Club. You guys are awesome too, and I love your videos. Keep doing what you do, guys. Also want to recognize Paul from Pharaoh TV. If you guys aren't familiar with Pharaoh TV, first off, how are you on YouTube and not watching Pharaoh? He does some of the best gameplay videos that you'll see. And he's a ton of fun to watch and chat with. He's super interactive and he's a really nice guy. So if you haven't checked out Paul's channel over at Pharaoh TV, definitely check it out and subscribe. And again, I also want to recognize Tim McGillicuddy and Steve Marinelli, the founding members of the band The Rounds. This is awesome music that I've been using in basically all my videos. So if you guys are liking the music there, definitely hit up their YouTube page and leave a comment saying that I sent you over there. They'd really appreciate it. I mean, ultimately, there's a list a mile long of people I want to thank, and I couldn't do these episodes without you. So thank you so much for watching this and taking this all in. Hope you guys appreciate it, and as always, make sure you click like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.